touch on a number of things. One, I just came back from being gone for 90 days, and so we have had roughly a month to be able to get back on campaign message, get back on campaign target, and I'm very grateful that we've had so many supporters, many of them right here in this room. So I want to highlight a couple of things. One, this young man is emblematic of all the young people who have come out and helped our campaign. Guys like Tom, guys like Dave Funk, the team that's been here, Dave Schilling, have come out, door knocked with us. We've hit over 3,000 doors in 30 days, so that is a huge accomplishment for such a small amount of time. What that really means is that we're getting the opportunity to hear from people face to face. When you knock on their door, nobody is going to pull a punch on saying what's important to them. And I want to talk very briefly about some of the things that have been important to us for the last 2 years. The reason that I'm very honored to be able to serve you in House District 30. House District 30 covers a very large area. We're the largest in Polk County. We've got an urban sprawl here in Altoona and R-Bondurant, but we also have a rural community that represents Reynolds, Mitchellville, Elkhart, the northern part of Carlisle, and rural Pleasant Hill. And what it's comprised of are people just like us. People who are small business owners. People who own Altoona Auto Body, who started from the ground up their very first business and have done amazing things with it. People who are generational business owners who have come forward and made Altoona a really strong map, not just in our community, but across the state. I know Kenny probably had to leave here, but Kenny from United Fleet for his work throughout the area. We're also a community that has done a lot, and as we get our food just eat up, who has taken public service to the next level. Council members, mayors, governors, and lieutenant governors, who have made Iowa a priority not just for us, but for our families, for kids who want to grow up here, for people who want to retire here, and certainly for all of us who are doing our best every day to raise a family and work here. Additionally, some of the accomplishments that we had this year were that we moved a $98 million tax cut for Iowans, so that when Dave Funk goes out and buys his new tractor, he knows he's going to be able to return that money back to his investment on his farm. We were able to work for domestic abuse, so that when survivors like Tiffany Allison is able to advocate for young women who will no longer be held hostage to violence within their own home or within their own family. We worked hard in Iowa to make sure that the values that we prioritize are elevated at the state level. And nothing is more important, obviously, than our education. When we look at the $300 million new dollars we put towards education funding, 87% of all new funds to the state, and $3 billion in funding to K-12 schools, that means we've spent more money to further kids' education in Iowa than at any time in our history. But that doesn't just stop in the classroom. That happens in our communities, in our churches, in our families, in the nonprofit groups like what Maggie and Chad Crabb have been working with through Altoona Kids Club. The ability to help young people and their families and the community that depend on them, so that it's not just mothers and fathers and teachers and friends, but a larger community that's come forward to be able to support. And so for that, I'm so grateful that all of you are here today, and I recognize completely that I'm interrupting your opportunity to try the best tenderloin in East Polk County. So before I introduce the governor and lieutenant governor, I just want to say thank you to Mark and the entire team at Sugar Shack, the original's 50th place, Altoona, Iowa, 100th Street. Come try it out. And for everybody who's been part of this team, we are very grateful. With that, a gentleman who has been a leader since I was a young man working in high school, interning in his letter opening office, and the governor gets a lot of mail on this, and a woman who came out to my very first campaign when we were still in Tom Johnson's garage, kicking off the first launch. Governor and Lieutenant Governor, thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate it.